What's up, you guys? Today I'll be going over Boiler CTF from TryHackMe. This is an intermediate level CTF, which consists of doing an Nmap scan. From there, you'll be able to view certain web pages as well as accessing a file transfer protocol. From there, upon enumerating the web server, you'll find that it is a Joomla CMS. And then further enumerating that, we can see a hidden directory that has a SAR2 HTML. From there, we use a SAR2 HTML exploit to gain access to the system. And then we use suid commands to be able to privilege escalate into the root user. So as always, let's go ahead and start an nmap scan. So I'm going to go ahead and clear nmap-sv, and then for the version, and then copy the IP address. I've already run it, so this is the output. From here, what I like to do is just to see if we can get to FTP, just to see if we can get a quick win, just to see if we can get some quick information here. And let's just guess anonymous. Okay. And let's type in ls. Okay, it doesn't seem like there's anything here. Let's do ls-al. Okay, so it says there's info.txt. It's interesting. Let's go ahead and see what's in it. So we can use the get command to be able to get that. And it downloads it into the current folder that we are in. So from there we can exit, and then we can cat.info.txt. So from here it does look like a rotation, just because it seems like all the words are in place still. We can see certain punctuation here as well. So let's go ahead and go to CyberChef to see if we can identify what it is. We're going to try rotation one first, just because that's kind of what it looks like. So we can copy paste here. Rot, standing for rotation. And it says, just want to see if you can find it. Lol, remember enumeration is the key. Okay, so that didn't really help that much. Let's go ahead and look at the Nmap scan again. We can see that port 80 is open. Let's go ahead and visit that page. It should just be a Apache page. Okay, so that's what it was. I'm going to view page source just to see if there's anything in here. And it doesn't look like there's anything in here, anything special or any clues. So what I like to do is I always like to use GoBuster on these types of pages just to see if we can find any directories. So we can use GoBuster dir for directories, and then -u, we specify the IP address here, or just let me copy right here, and then -w for the word list. I'm going to use common.txt from the derp folder that comes pre-installed with Kali Linux, and then we can set the threads to 40. I'm just going to let this run for a little bit. While it's scanning, I'm going to go ahead and check out port 10,000 just to see if we can find anything. So I'm going to go type in :10,000. And from here, it doesn't look like there's anything. Again, I'm going to view page source. It doesn't look like there's anything there or any type of code that's running. Clicking on this just leads to an error. So we're going to go back to our scan here. And we can see an interesting folder called the Joomla. So Joomla is a popular content management system, similar to WordPress. You can able to design a website, have folders, make posts, things like that. And typically with CMSs, you can have a reverse shell if you actually get access to the system itself, right? So let's go ahead and visit this and see what happens. Okay, looks like it's still loading. I'm not too sure if it's my connection or the TryHackMe. But typically with CMS, you want to enumerate it just so you can find certain hidden pages. You can also use Joom scan. That's going to find like the version and specific things about it. But for this one, just because Joomla does have a login page similar to WordPress, I'm going to go ahead and do another Go Buster scan and see if we can find any hidden pages that way. So I'm going to type in Joomla here, and we're going to use the same word list, and it's going to be still a directory scan. Okay, so now we have more interesting directories here, as expected, with this type of CMS. Okay, so this is what happens when it's loaded, but let me just see this. Okay, so there is a login form here. As you can see, there's certain blog posts, and it's effectively a standalone website here. We've got the news page, contact us. Okay, doesn't seem like there's anything interesting on the main web page, so let's go ahead and check out. This seems interesting, /administrator, so let's go ahead and go to that. Okay, so it looks like a login screen. I mean, we can try maybe SQL injection, I doubt it. But let's just go ahead and attempt it and just see what happens. And then we can do this. And then just random input. Okay, that didn't work. Maybe we can try admin. Maybe that's gonna work. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, so let's see what these directories are and see if we can find any hidden clues about them. See if we can, potentially find a way either for credentials or a backdoor. So I'm just going to go through these one by one. So database seems interesting. Maybe we can get some credentials here. This does look like another rotation. So let me go to Cyber Chef and see what this is. Just see if we can get any hidden clues. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything here. See if we can get to 47. No, it doesn't look like anything. So maybe rotation 13 brute force. Doesn't look like anything. And maybe rotation 47. What this does, it lists out all of the possible combinations of rotation it could be. So I'm just kind of scanning for anything here. Okay, so it says amount 92, just messing around. So that obviously wasn't helpful. Let's go to files, see what that is. And this is probably going to be another just kind of bait. But this does look some sort of like encoding, so maybe we can try base 64. This does look like something. Maybe base 45, no. Base 58, no. Base 64, doesn't look like anything here. Okay, so I couldn't find anything, but this is most likely just like kind of a bait. Doesn't really give us any information here. Let's go to the next one, test. Let's see here. Hopefully, oops. Let's try to visit it again. See what happens. Okay, the page finally loaded. So this is actually quite interesting just because this is not typically seen in a CMS, especially collecting SAR data if it says SAR2 HTML. Let's see, what does it say? Click on the new button at the command prompt. Okay, so it seems like this allows us to actually input commands. So let me go ahead and search it using search exploit. And then let's type in SAR2 HTML. Okay, so as we can see here, we have two remote code executions. Let's just see if one of them works. So I'm going to go ahead and cat this file. So just so I can see how it works here. Okay, so all you have to do is just enter the URL. And it's going to input the URL and then index.php, and then it's going to use the whatever command you want and then plot it. and actually visit it. And then for output, it gets the output right here, and then it actually prints the output right here. Okay, so it seems like all we have to do is just enter the URL, enter any commands that we have, any commands that we want, and then we should have access to the system. So let's go ahead and try that out. I'm gonna go ahead and copy paste this, or if I can click on it. Let's just copy it from here. And then we can type Python 3, and then we just simply go to the exploits folder. I'm just gonna paste the link here and then copy this here. Okay. Gonna get rid of this double slash, and this should be it. So the double slash should be fine. Let's go ahead and enter. Oh, oops. Okay, let's enter the URL here. Let's just type in ls. CID. See if we can find any information there. No. Who am I? No. Let's see. There's index.php, so maybe I can do. Okay, I'm not too sure why this isn't working. Well, let's go ahead and try this again. So let's go ahead and delete this. And let's just try regular Python. Paste. Delete this space here, and I'm going to delete this as well. Okay, so it was just simply a matter of syntax error. I probably maybe put a space right here somehow, or maybe I wasn't supposed to put these parameters and made it act different. But anyways, we have access now. So what we can do is we can get a bash shell. So what we can do is we can copy paste. This is called Kali Tools, this Chrome extension right here. If I can over here, let me open up a new window. Actually, it's not responding. Okay. See here. Okay. So now we can get a reverse shell here. I want to make sure my IP is the same. 6.67. And let's open up a listener. So we'll say netcat. And then the L stands for listen, and the P stands for port, and the V stands for verbose. You don't really need the -n filter, but let's just go ahead and do this. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try this. See if that's going to work. Nope. Okay. Let's go ahead and try the Python one then. So let's see. We scroll down here. Let's see a Python script here. Let's see if this will run. Let's see 10 point. Oh, I'm putting the wrong IP address. That's my bad. I'm not too sure why this doesn't load right away, but let's go here. And let's go ahead and try out the Python. It's probably not going to run, but okay. Let's see here. Okay, that worked. So let's go ahead and type ls just to see where we are at, and cat blog.txt. So it looks like we do have credentials for this user right here. Typically before I like to do that though is I like to run just to see if we can have any suid commands. So let me go back to my other tab here, and I'm actually just going to open it as a separate window. And copy the suid commands. So let's go ahead and paste. See if we can do any sort of privilege escalation. Okay, and let's also type in sudo-l. Oops. Just see if we can find anything there. And it's password protected, so we can't do anything. So just go ahead and do that. But one of the interesting things that we found here is that from these commands, there's an interesting command called the find command. And what the find command does is that it obviously searches for whatever commands that you, or files or directories that you want it to. But another interesting thing is that within the find command, you can actually execute commands. So because it's sudo, we can actually run as the root user, meaning we can escalate our privileges using this. So I like to go to GTFO bins. Let's go to here. Let's type in find SUID, and then we can just copy this from this page right here, paste it, and now we are the root user. So now what we can do is we can go to /root and then just see if it's in here. Okay, we got the root.txt. Now the intended way of doing this lab is to switch users to, given this username and password. From there, so let's go ahead and go into that folder. Type ls, and then there's a backup.sh file in which you get the other user Stoner, and then from Stoner from there, then you would use the SUID command to be able to escalate privileges. But because this box itself, or this CTF challenge, I'm not on Hack the Box, it allowed us to have the sudo privileges even just as www-data. So that's one thing that I basically just skipped the intended way of doing this, which is the first way I actually did it, which was interesting. But now that we are root, we can essentially do whatever we want. Going back, we can see here, let's minimize this. We can see the backup is where the other user credentials are stored. We can cat user.txt, so that should be in the Stoner file here. So if we see this, -al, we can cat.secret, and that's the user.txt file right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I do have full PDF write-ups on my website, and hopefully you learned something. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.